to Stuff Lab. I'm Gwen.
And I'm Marty.
And it's a facts video. We've decided to do away with the guessing. There's just too much it could possibly be for Marty, and we've already done most of the things you'll already guess.
I can only guess leopard tails and orcas so many times.
The producer is here. He'll probably be zooming in and out, being noisy. We had the door closed to the studio, and he was not a fan. So, we are doing facts. It is Monday. We are doing a suggested video by Guavaberry Guagua. So, they suggested, how about the Australian Shepherd Maltese? We are doing the Australian Shepherd in general, not the Maltese, because I could not find a lot of good resources. So we're coming to a middle ground, and I hope it's all right. You love doggos.
I love doggos.
You love doggos. Are you ready for dogs?
Yeah, heck yeah.
Do you want to describe dog?
Yes, this is a prime specimen of dog.
This breed was developed in the United States in the early 20th century. I don't like that pen. It's common in rodeos, ranches, horse shows, and Disney movies.
I'm trying to think of a Disney movie that has an Australian Shepherd in it.
Anyways, it's commonly referred to as the Aussie. It's a medium-sized dog breed. How much do you think it weighs?
So, fun fact, in college we had an Australian Shepherd. Her name was Bacardi. She was a wild animal. But being brought up in a house of 6 guys that partied all the time, I can only imagine how a dog would turn out. She was like 45 pounds.
You're saying 45?
Yeah, she was like 45 pounds. And she was definitely like, she was petting height. I don't really know how far the floor to my hand is when I'm standing. But she was that tall. I think like 30 inches? 30 inches.
You're going 30 inches?
Yeah.
You're pretty dang close. They're 35 to 70 pounds.
Okay.
And they're 18 to 23 inches.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I think
Tall on that.
a little tall.
Okay. That's too tall for petting.
No,
Nothing's
it's not.
too tall for petting.
Nothing's too tall
But
for
it was
petting.
I could stand and just pet her. Yeah.
So coloring. There's a couple different kinds of colors.
Mm-hmm.
There's solid black, solid red, also known as liver.
Well, it's called red.
Okay. Blue merle. So this right here is merle. It's merling. It's the odd wispy patch looking colors in the fur.
Okay.
So that's merling. So there's blue merle. There's red or liver merle. Each of these colorings can also be a copper tan or white marking on the face, chest, and legs.
So all kinds of colors.
Different variation combinations of those colors.
Sorry, yes. Combinations.
Yes.
Okay.
Most are born with a full tail. Some are born with the stubby tail.
Okay.
Docking of the tails is banned in most countries.
Good. So, if some are born with full tail, some are born with the short tail, could puppies with the same litter have both? Yeah. Okay.
And some have the really short bobtail, some will have like a slightly longer bobbed tail, and some will have just a full-on tail.
Okay. I didn't know if it was like,
Oh yeah.
if it was one litter could have like all kinds of puptails. Okay.
Yep. Just like they can have all kinds of colors. Diet, so this would be the red or liver color.
Okay.
Diet, what do you think dogs eat?
Dog food.
There you go, dog stuff.
Treats. Stuff to catch. Love.
Yeah, it's just dog stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, just dog stuff. Eat a dog food. Pick a nice brand of dog food. Treat your babies well. Predators!
That's a handsome dog.
What do you think a predator is? Now, they do live on farms, they do the rodeo stuff, horse shows, things like that.
Well,
So you have to think like,
so I am, God.
you're supposed to be guessing. I'm doodling.
Oh, okay. So because it is a domesticated dog, I am gonna take people out of this one. Unless they're bad people, we won't talk about that. So I would probably say like, wolves, mountain lions, especially if they're on ranches and stuff. Really, that's about all I can. Maybe bears. An American breed of dogs. That's really all I can think of as far as actual predators.
Okay. Well, it's anything that might come for sheep or other ranch animals that they herd.
Okay.
So any of these, probably not bears, unless they were quite desperate. But these two,
Definitely.
breeding.
Oh, they're so cute.
They are so cute. So Aussies come with a pile of health issues.
Oh.
Tons. Which, one of the things I did find, all I found with Australian Shepherd Maltese was a bunch of charts showing these are the health issues of both dogs. Breeding them with the Maltese eliminates about 80% of their health issues, because Maltese generally don't have any.
Okay.
So, I know you don't particularly care for small dogs, but to breed with the Australian Shepherd helps the Australian Shepherd survive.
Yes.
Just letting you know. So, what kind of health issues do you think they...
I don't want to know.
Oh, well, you're going
Makes
to.
me too sad.
So they get cataracts.
Oh.
They can get hip dysplasia, hypothyroidism, dermatological issues, so skin problems,
This is making me sad.
and respiratory issues. Like I said before, if they're crossbred with something else that has general good health or does not also have these commonly, it improves the health of the animal immensely.
So, are these health issues due to people being stupid and constant years of inbreeding?
Well, the dog was made in the 20th century, and it was picking from like border collies, just collies in general, and other similar dogs. So it just compounded the issues of those dogs.
Okay.
But all large dogs generally have a problem with hip dysplasia. It's just being big and old.
Yeah. All right.
They're the most common dog breed to get epilepsy. If two merle-colored dogs, so remember merle is this kind of stuff right here. If two merle-colored dogs breed, there's a greater chance that the puppies will be born blind or deaf because they'll have double merle genes. This can also be called lethal white.
Oh. I don't like that.
It's a bad time. Status.
It's a happy dog.
So the breed is doing fine overall. But the average lifespan is slowly decreasing. About 13 years was the average. Now 12.5 is the average.
So not a giant jump, but it is decreasing.
Not a giant jump, but I mean, for coming into being in the 20th century and already half a year's been knocked off.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's kind of drastic.
Yeah.
Lore! I don't have any lore, but look at that puppy.
Very nice dog.
This is so cute. Little puppy beans, his little Fritos.
Tiny toes.
So fun facts. All I have is a little bit more information on the lethal what.
Yeah.
White,
Fun.
but it's good to know.
Okay.
That's what this show is about, knowing. So white fur around the face or ears can be an indicator for white-related deafness. Excessive white on the face and ears can mean an individual dog has a greater risk of sunburn, and in relation, skin cancer due to sunburn. White-related deafness is caused by lack of pigmentation in the inner ear. If there's no pigment, the nerves atrophy and die.
Didn't know that was a thing.
Yep. So that's very strange, and I never knew that.
Yeah.
This dog, I don't know if it's deaf or blind or whatever. I'm assuming it's not blind because it's staring right at the camera. But dogs that have a lot of white in their face and their ears generally will have that lack of pigment in their ear.
You take those circles out so I can move the dogs more.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yeah, okay.
I'll give you some heart bubbles.
Yeah.
Second.
Perfect.
Okay. So if they have the whiteness on their face, it will generally be an indicator that that dog will either be born blind or deaf, or will become blind or deaf with age. So now that you have learned, thoughts, discussion,
All right, so my
questions.
my typical thoughts with any kind of a dog that we have bred or created on our own.
Which is basically all of them.
Well, designer dogs. Mostly when I think of this, I think of designer dogs.
Okay, so what do you think a designer dog is?
One that people
Like the teacups?
Yeah, like, I know that it causes a pile of health issues in the breed and within the species itself. And you can go ahead and be mad at me inside the comments all you want. But in my opinion, teacups and this one's probably going to be added to my own personal list, along with pugs as well, that we need to stop buying them and stop breeding them. Because if there's
the health issues are too much compared to...
Yeah, because why... If you actually love dogs, which I do, why would you want to have a dog that has the possibility of, i.e. pugs, just stopping breathing and suffocating on its own face? Or having a dog that could be born blind or deaf. And granted, yeah, sure, they could be nice and happy and everything. But, like you said, the health issues outweigh the need to breed that dog. So there's me on my soapbox about dogs. Get your dog spayed and neutered.
Oh yeah, spay, neuter, adopt.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Guavaberry Guagua, for your suggestion. We hope we fulfilled it well. If anyone else has a animal, a place, a person, historic locations, things like that they want a brief history on, go ahead and leave it in the comments, and we'll see you next time. Bye!
Bye!